This was inevitable.
Hello there and welcome back to Building with the Boys. This was inevitable, as we've been saying since we first saw this child in France, about 2 years ago now. What are we going to be building, Oz?
The Infinity Gauntlet.
The Infinity Gauntlet. As of today, the Infinity Gauntlet is available for pre-order on fanhome.com, and that's exactly what we've done, because I said the kid wants the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, very much.
So we're going to build the Infinity Gauntlet. This isn't a model for me, this is a model for him. So we will be doing this together. And then he's going to keep this, and 10 years from now, I'd say, about 10, 15 years from now, some woman is going to beg you to get rid of it.
I won't.
Good. Because that's what happens. So, if you go to fanhome.com today, we put the link in the description. You can pre-order the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, this thing is enormous. Don't think for 1 second this is something you can wear. It ain't. This thing is absolutely massive. It is a 1-to-1 scale replica of Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. And if you want to get your head around just how big that is, if you've seen the scene in Infinity War where Spider-Man's trying to pull it off his wrist, Spider-Man's hands are like that, clamped around this thing trying to get off his wrist. This thing's massive. We measured it, and to give you an idea of scale, it's about 60 plus, about 80 centimeters. From the tip of my finger, it would come right the way down to my arm. This thing's huge. So I could get up my arm in it, but it certainly wouldn't wear as a gauntlet.
It would fit on my head.
It would fit on his head. Here are some pictures of said gauntlet. As always, there are 2 options available when it comes to building this. You can go for the standard subscription, but we ain't going for that, are we?
No.
What are we going for?
We're going for the deluxe.
We're going for the premium subscription because we want the big sexy stand. Now, those of you who watch me build Iron Man over here know full well I wasn't delirious about the stand because the stand's massive, so it's not very practical. It's certainly not practical for the little room we're in, but it will be practical for where we're going to our new place. However, when it comes to the gauntlet strikes me as something you're not going to display on a shelf. It's that big. This looks like something that's going to need its own table. It's going to need to sit in a corner. It's going to need to stand on the floor. It's massive. So I'm happy to have the very large base for this because I want this sturdy. This thing's going to be big, it's going to be heavy, and I want a decent base for it. So I think the premium base is definitely a winner for me on this one.
Yes, the sexy looking one.
The sexy looking base, that's what we're going for.
With the LED lights.
With the LED lights. So this is going to be $10.99 an issue or $11.99 if you go premium. So if you go for the extra issue, it's an extra £1 per issue. That's $11.99. It is complete over 100 issues. Now, there is a slight difference to this one than with what we're typically used to, certainly with Fanhome, and with most part works, but I think this is the way a lot of these companies are going. We normally get 4 issues a month on a part work. However, the Gauntlet is going the way of the kind of Batman tumbler, and you actually get 5 issues a month. So what's going to happen with this one, in the first one you're going to get 2, in the second one you're going to get 4, and then subsequently everyone after that you're going to get 5 for a total of 21 deliveries. Which reduces the time we've spent building this. So the cool thing is, I believe this is going to start shipping around about April, which means by next Christmas, this will be done. So this will be complete next year. So believe it or not, the Gauntlet, even though it hasn't started yet, will be complete by December of next year if it starts in April, which means it'll finish around about the same time as the Titanic, which is quite unique. But it feels like it's a much faster build because that extra issue per one reduces the time it takes to build this by about 4 months, which is remarkable. There are free gifts, as always. You get a free t-shirt.
That t-shirt looks amazing, man. I want to wear it.
There you go. You also get a baseball cap.
I want to wear that hat as well.
He wants to wear the hat as well. So the hat and the t-shirt are going straight to this kid. It's going to look like the Avengers threw up on him. You also get a coffee mug.
My mouth will be drinking out of that.
So he's having the mug as well. I get nothing here, you see. And you get, these are really nice because we've had these before with R2-D2 and also with Iron Man. I believe they also did this with Knight Rider. But you also get 2 art prints, 2 posters.
Those will look lovely right next to my other Marvel posters.
I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to frame these up for him, and when the gauntlet's there and they've got the, come on, it's going to look so nice. This gauntlet is a thing of beauty. I mean, the gold on it is gorgeous. Now, the one thing I will tell you, I'm expecting this to be a slightly dull build. I'm expecting this to be
just a glove.
It's a glove. I'm expecting this to be very Iron Man. I'm expecting a lot of these parts to just be a piece of detail that you two screws and it's done. I think that's inevitable.
Yeah, that's inevitable.
This is inevitable. It's a glove, right? So it's not going to be, there's not that much to it. I mean, it's a very detailed glove, but it's not like we're going to be building all these parts for it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build the bulk of the glove. This thing goes together quick. Watch them building it in France. I mean, by issue 6, by issue 8, this thing's huge. But to be clear, I don't think this is going to be a very intricate, detailed build. This is going to be more like Iron Man. There's going to be a lot of, I think, 30-second parts in this. I can see it happening. But I accept that. Going in, I know this. Going into Iron Man, I was expecting more and I didn't get it. Going into Gauntlet, I think we know.
Yeah,
there's going to be some fairly, that's done. But the Gauntlet is going to look stunning when it's finished. This giant gold Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones in it.
Yeah.
They all light up individually. Going to be a beautiful thing. As far as I'm aware, this is the only available 1-to-1 scale version of this glove in metal. Everything else, now they do Hot Toys do a version of this. It isn't a 1-to-1 scale, but Hot Toys do a version of this, which is kind of the closest you can get. But it's it's like a ceramic. It's not, none of it's articulated. I do prefer, I will openly admit, I do prefer the Hot Toys light effects because the lights pulse. These ones don't. But the Hot Toys, good. I know, but the Hot Toys one ultimately is a very heavy polyresin statue. That's what it is. This one is gorgeous. I mean, look at some of the close-ups on this. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
It's nice.
I'm going to wear that thing on my head.
He's going to wear it on his head. That's it. It probably can as well. I would imagine there's an internal frame to some of this that goes in there. I've got a feeling that we're going to get 2 sets of fingers. Because I'm trying to figure out where 100 issues go, and I'm struggling to see where 100 issues go. So I've got a feeling we're going to get a set of fingers like that, and we're going to get a set of fingers like that. That's what I think. Kind of like Iron Man when we had the different hips.
Or like you could get
possibly
fingers, like,
click fingers.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's what's going to happen. There might be different fingers for different sort of setups of the glove. That's just a guess at this point, but I'm struggling to see where 100 issues are in it because these parts are so bloody massive. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it is a beautiful thing. It really is, and this is going to look absolutely stunning when it's built, and I can't wait to see it. And it is quite unique in the world of Partworks to have a 1-to-1 scale. Normally we're in 1/8 or 1/6 or 1/200. This is 1-to-1. So this is as screen. Huge. Absolutely huge. And I can't wait to see it, man.
That would look amazing.
It's going to look good.
I'm going to freak Jack out when I pull it on my head.
He's going to freak Jack out by being, glove head. That's
glove head.
There are other gifts. So those gifts I showed you are the ones that everyone gets. However, if you subscribe early, if you're a pre-order guy, kind of like if you did with Iron Man, if you were one of the early subscribers to it, you got this Bluetooth speaker. It's very nice. We've got a lot of use out of it. They're doing the same thing with this. So if you pre-order, you will get this free. That is the Iron Man Nano Gauntlet. You'll get an 18cm, about so high, Nano Gauntlet.
I am Iron Man.
You can get another free gift as well. If you choose to pay via PayPal, you get this. So that's an 18cm.
It's a miniature version.
It's a miniature version of the Infinity Gauntlet. So you'll get 2 miniatures for your shelf. You'll get the Nano Gauntlet and the Infinity Gauntlet, which you can have side by side. And then eventually you'll have the giant gauntlet to go with them all.
My room is going to be Geektopia.
It is going to be Geektopia. But this is a beautiful thing, and the kids wanted this for so long. And I mean, this is what I think as iconic pieces of movie memorabilia go. This is definitely one of them because the entire MCU as we know it today was built around this glove. All of it was. So, I mean, it's unheard of in any sort of franchise for them to have done this. They started planting the seeds for this in the very first one. So in Iron Man in 2007,
Didn't it have like? I swear I had one of the stones because
they started planting seeds for this.
like
and
in
then
Captain America, didn't they have like the space stone involving the
Yeah,
Tesseract?
and then it was 12 years later before Thanos actually appears as the threat. I mean, he appears in little bits and pieces, and we see him, fine, I'll do it myself. And things. But to build up a villain for 12 years, the villain had to be good. And this gauntlet, in all of its glory, that's exactly what it was. We were watching Thanos over a decade collect these stones, put them in the glove, and get ready to go. Man, what a hyper. And this is the thing, superhero movies are as good as their villain. They are. If you've got a bad villain, you've got a bad movie, and that's where a lot of these superhero movies fall down.
It's like the Marvel Phase 4 at the moment is not going so well because
there's no villain. There's no threat. Where's the threat?
They're saying Kang is the main threat, and I don't like the way Marvel did it because the way they did it with Thanos, they set it up perfectly.
They set it up slowly, whereas I don't think...
With Kang, they just introduced
Here he is.
Loki.
Here's
Here
Kang.
he is, Kang!
And
yeah!
that's it. The hype that went behind Thanos, where it's like, ooh, Thanos is coming. And we knew this looming threat was there. And the beauty part of it as well is we, the audience, knew, whereas the characters didn't. So we're like, oh, you have no idea what's coming for you. And I kind of hope they get back to that. There are rumours that they're going to try and do this with Dr.doom. They're going to make Dr.doom the new big bad of the Marvel Universe.
That would be amazing, though.
And also a rumour they're going to use Galactus. I hope not Galactus, because Galactus is a little bit two-dimensional as a character, to be honest with you.
Galactus is...
Apart from the world eating, he doesn't really do a lot. You can hype him up.
In the comics, he literally just showed up, they kicked his...
Yeah, pretty much. So that's the way it is. But back to the Gauntlet. So the Gauntlet is available for pre-order now. You can go to Fanhome and you can order this for yourselves. It will be 5 issues a month. It is an absolute beast. It's going to look gorgeous when it's done. All that gold all lit up. Come on. But as soon as it's here, me and the kid will be building it. We're building it on the channel. We're just giving you a heads up now. So if you want to jump in and take advantage of some of those offers so you can get the extra gauntlets, jump on it now, because otherwise you'll be on this. But I can remember everyone's got one of these and I didn't. Well, I just didn't sign up in time. You can pre-order today. They won't charge you anything today. If you sign up through PayPal, they charge you about 5p comes out of your account just to show that it's a live account. But they will not bill you until they send the first one out. So you can sign up today. You can pre-order today, and it's not going to cost you money today. When it's available to ship, they'll start shipping it to you. It just means that you will get yours when these are ready to go. So if you want to join me and the kid here on our journey into the MCU as we build Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, we'd love to have you, man. If you haven't yet, please remember to like. What else they need to do?
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe and join us on the journey. We can't wait for this. We really can't. It's going to be a blast. In a world where you can be anything at all, what we're going to be, Oz?
Kind.
And I'm going to be nice. We will catch you on the next one.
Bye.